This is where we left off in the Starburst Workshop. I wanted to add some more lines so that I could fill this design in a bit more. I used a chalk pencil and a protractor to draw in the lines between the yellow and purple. I used a Fons and Porter mechanical fabric pencil, which is easily removed with a damp microfiber cloth. You can also use a water-soluble pencil, whatever your preference is. I just eyeballed the middle and marked up to the second circle. Do this all around the record. I'm going to start with the orange paint and a 1.0mm stylus tool. Starting in between the orange and yellow and walking the dots into the center. Do this all around the record. Make sure you keep the yellow dots on the right. Now I'm going to use the yellow color and the 2.0mm stylus tool. Starting at the orange dot and working your way down 2 circles. Do this all around the record. Now switching to the red color. I'm using the 2.0mm stylus tool. I just continue to fill in the gaps by walking the dots into the middle section. Then continue around the rest of the record. Staying with the red color but changing to the 2.5mm stylus tool, I continue to fill in the gaps. Starting from the last red, walk the dots back to the next circle guide. Continue this around the whole record. Now switch to the purple color and the 3.5mm stylus tool. I've decided to add a large purple dot in the gap between the yellow and red dots. This will create a more visible circular section. Continue this around the whole record. Staying with the purple color and switching to the 2.0mm stylus tool. Start filling in the section to the right of the large yellow dot by walking the dots into the center. Continue this around the rest of the record. Switch to the red paint and the 2.5mm stylus tool. Starting at the second to last circle, dot into the last dot yellow section to fill in the gap. Continue around the rest of the record. Change to the white color and the 1.0mm stylus tool. Fill the gap between the red and yellow dots. Continue this around the entire record. Using the orange paint and the 1.0mm stylus tool, fill the gaps between the yellow and the red, and the purple and red sections. These long dotted sections, using the smaller tools, are a great way to fill even these long gaps. Continue around the whole record. Remember to keep your wrist planted and use a pivot to reach the top of each section. Now switch to the yellow and the 2.5mm stylus tool. And fill the gaps between the red and purple. When placing a large yellow dot beside another yellow dot, visually it will accentuate another ring. Continue this around the whole record. Now using the white color and the 2.5mm stylus tool, walk the dots to the outer edge of the record. Do this for the rest of the record. Now switch to the red and the 2.0mm stylus tool. Walk your dots out from the previous red section. Do this for the rest of the record. Now use the orange and the 2.5mm stylus tool. And walk the dots out from the previous orange sections. Continue this around the entire record. Now grab the purple color and your 1.5mm stylus tool and walk the dots out from the yellow color. Staggering where the dots end from color to color creates a nice effect. Continue this around the record. Switch to your white paint and your 3.5mm stylus tool, and walk the dots from the previous white section out toward the edge of the record. Continue this around the record. I want to fix this section where two of the dots bled into each other. I'll wait for the paint to completely dry, then I can wipe off the chalk guidelines with a damp microfiber cloth. No DNA this time. Using the black base paint and a thin paintbrush, paint a line in between the two colors, then let it completely dry, and you will be able to redot each color. Now I can also fix any drips that were not covered with other dots. Use the black base paint and a stylus tool to cover any noticeable drips. Now that it is all dried, I can redot the places that I fixed with the base color. All fixed up and no one will ever see the mistake. Here it is all completed. And here it is in action. I'm so happy you were at my workshop and I hope to see you again. Happy dotting!